It's had many names, but only one NFL team over the years. We're at the home of the Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. Carlson ready to get us started, and we're underway at Hard Rock. Return starts at the 9. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Right, 97, up, set.
Opening carry for Devon Achane. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who've got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Second down carry for Achane. This one isn't looking much better, Brock. He's handed another loss. It's 2 in a row. They've got 3rd down now coming up. These guys better change up what they're doing on the ground here, Brock, because this defense has seen right through it these last couple of plays.
Yeah, we bang the drum all the time for staying on schedule. This is the epitome of being off schedule.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
Yellow, come on, set.
They're in long for him here. That's caught for the first. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. So 3rd and 16, no problem for them as they get the first. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Yellow, set. Red, 38. Blaster, 6.
Pass play on 1st and 10. That one's taken in by the rookie out of USC. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that is the Dolphins' 1st down.
Let's go now. 33, set.
He's going to throw this one. That's caught. Devon Achane. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Go. Yellow, 22, set.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And that short gain is enough for him to set it down.
That's another Dolphins 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Opening script working gangbusters so far. 1st and 10 now at the 29.
Here we go. Ready.
At the shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. Fights his way through a tackle. Gets by another one. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. A gain of 15 there. And it's going to be 1st down Miami.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
And the big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of him on that run.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
He will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins finish up an excellent opening series. This coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. Calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to get forward for a gain of about 7 on that run. It's 2nd down. Back to the well again. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
He has the first over the middle. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders finish off their opening drive. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. Oh, he lost it on the hit. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out.
You know, awareness, Kate, is one of the best skills anyone on the return team can possess. And normally it's just for hitting blocks and clearing the lane and doing their job. But there it was recognizing the fumble and locating it quickly to save the possession.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Offense up to the line fast. Second down pass play coming. Into a crowd and a defender comes up with it. Mika Fitzpatrick has got it. A lot of space ahead. And the Raiders take over on his 5th interception of the season. Trips left here as they get set. 1st and 10.
18, tied in. Cougar Knights, pound the 50. Go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Offensive line fast. Throwing now out of the shotgun. He's got it near the 10. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Ready.
Finds him quickly on the RPO. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. Second and goal from the 9 here.
Let's go now.
He brings it in. And he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. A quick second score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines.
Oh, and it's no good. Just his second missed extra point of this season. And they failed to tack one onto that touchdown. And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. 13-7 is our score. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. So following that missed point after, he's going to stay out there and send it away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They'll take over here, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he cuts it back right. And there's not going to be a score, but great effort. He's out of bounds inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off. But don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon and give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
Here we go, set. Yellow, ready?
Going to the ground again on 1st. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Nico Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Raiders get it back on his 6th interception of the season. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Set, here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 19 tight, 19 tight.
He'll throw from his end zone. Gets him on the quick hitter. And give him about that 15-yard line before they're able to drop him. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sail that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off.
Oh, it's tipped! It's tipped! Interception! And this is going to be a pick 6. He is in for the Miami touchdown. Well, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted. Again, that is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
Coup on now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Dolphins take the lead on that successful kick. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Back to work they go after the interception. Short pass brought in. they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
On the move now.
Working quickly here.
70.
They're going to throw out of the gun. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Not a bad first look for him in the contest. This contest, and I love them taking a shot, Kate. It's a shame, though, because this defense will tip the cap. They played that ball better than he could.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Come on. 19, 18. Ready.
He's dropping back to throw. Throw secured by George Pickens. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
50 Maverick. 50 Maverick. 19.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
They pass on that long field goal. Would have been 55 yards. They're going for this. They'll run for this. And he is stuffed at the line. They don't get the yard they need, and now they're going to catch a breather. They turn it over on downs.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound.
Here we go.
It was the execution that let them down.
On first down, they're going to start out with A-Chan. So call it a half dozen on that run block. It's 2nd down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play, but whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
A-Chan again on 2nd. And all he can get is a yard here, bro. It's going to be 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Ready, ready. Set.
1st down, and they go right back to it. He cuts it back through the defense. It goes. Room to burn. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins grow the lead to 7. Devon A-Chan with the touchdown.
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
Coup with the extra point. And the Dolphins grow their lead to 8. McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flying. Struggling to center it. Oh, it's loose.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sideline's their best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Well, sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Man in motion here. Throwing on 2nd. This is pulled in by McCole Hardman. He gets loose down the right side. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Daniel
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 52 blue, drill green. Cut.
Airing it out to start this drive. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I should probably start a hit, boy, because I got all the hits, boy. All that drink, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drill.
Set. 45. What?
1st down, play action. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Set. Red. Cycle. 50. Green. Set.
Throwing from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. The Dolphins choosing to spend their final time out here as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The only move this offense is making is toward the line, Brock. They're going for it, 4th and 3. 4th down, pass coming. He's got it to his running back. Step a few as he heads out of bounds. It's a gain of 4 there, and the huge conversion gets them a new set of downs. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Down. Ready?
Sticking to the air here. Connects on the crosser. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins grow their lead just before halftime. So this solid first half continues from they're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach here, Kate, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. They've come out strong. They've been the ones dictating the tempo, and as a result, they add to the scoreboard.
Extra point by Kittle is up and good. And the Dolphins grow their lead to 8. McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flying. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Check the Eagles. Ready?
They'll come out throwing. Deep down the right sideline, it's his running back making the catch. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. We've set it downs from 37.
Let's go now.
Working now from the gun. Completed to his running back. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Come on, come on. Hey! 70 Timberwolves.
Thrown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. That played good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Crack all 80.
Receiver in motion. He's headed right. He's going to be stopped after a pickup of 9, and that's going to make it 1st and goal. Offense in a hurry up here.
9 yards. That's another Raiders.
Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they work quick. Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Designed to look for Murray. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. Final throw before the break. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders reduce the deficit to just 2 before halftime. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Well, this would certainly change those halftime conversations, partner. They're going for 2 in the tie here.
The Raiders will line up for the...
Murray's going to throw for it. Force that to his right. And he gets into the end zone. Not a bad way to end the first half. Adding an octopus as time expires. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half. All tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. A give now from the gun. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Takes the second down snap. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. Running down the left side. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Raiders take the lead right away in half number 2. Right on the edge of the goal line for first and goal, and I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be...
The kicker gets it. Oh, it looks like he's going to throw it. Got it inside the 10. And he's in, so how about this? A throwback you almost never see anymore. The fake extra point works and extends their lead by 2. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Blue, ready, ready. Black, 95. Blue, yellow. 10.
Rolling from the gun here. He'll drop this down to Achan. And he's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. He'll get 16 yards on that play. And that is the Dolphins' first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They've got first down here from the 36.
Let's go. Ready.
Running with Achan here out of the gun. Solid block there, springs him for 8. It's going to be second down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Okay, ready?
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes second and 1.
Hey, blue. 45. Ready.
Let's stick with Achan. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it's going to be first down Miami.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
Ready.
New set of downs from the 37.
Strike. Ready. Set.
Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. And he gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop it. They gain 11 on that play. And that is the Dolphins' first down.
First down.
Man. Here we go. Ready.
They run again with Wright. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10.
Ken Black. Set. Hunt.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. And it's caught. This is Jalen Wright. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins got the second half with some needed points. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Blue 32. Red cycle. Hunt.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Nothing doing on that two-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion. Down 2, they went for the tie right there, partner, but a game defense able to stop them and hang on to this narrow lead.
I don't hate that call, Kate. In fact, this is one of those gray areas. If it's the fourth quarter, that's absolutely the right decision. Third quarter, as I said, kind of a gray area where maybe you're chasing points. Either way, you're behind, and your defense now has to rise to the occasion.
Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. They work against the blitz. And the Dolphins are going to get to him, and he is dropped. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. That's going to bring up a tough third down.
Well, even the toughest in the league to catch could still be caught at times. It just takes a defense that's determined and relentless. And the real big key, when you get that split second, and you got to take advantage of that opportunity, defense just did.
Not an enviable spot as they come up, 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He fires one deep down the right sideline. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. First down now, ball at the 33.
Let's go. Ready.
Here's A-Chain with the middle. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
60 reps.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And down he goes. Raiders got it. That pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Okay, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number 1, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
Black shot. Ready?
3rd and long for him here. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And this one won't get there. It looked good, but the stop is made just before he could get the first.
Brings up 4th down.
We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's Dolphins ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode. They trail to start the 4th. Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down.
Blaster, stay. 52 blue. Ready.
Desperation time here. That'll be the first and more. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. What a time to whip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him a first on 4th down.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Yellow, 22.
At the shotgun, they'll give it to A-Chan. This is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's going to be 1st down Miami.
Dolphins. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard
Hey,
line.
check mega. 40. Ready.
Staying on the ground here with A-Chan. And he will take it in. Touchdown Miami. The Dolphins take a 4th quarter lead. Devon A-Chan with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game. Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins jump in front now by 5. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he is stopped with authority there. But that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. Trying to throw this from the gun. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Escapes the pocket. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Here we go. Set. Let's go.
He gets it out left, and it's caught. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
1st and 10 from the 43.
Let's go now.
Throwing it again here. Cut out left. Keeps away from one. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Goes to the hurry-up offense here. Still sticking with the passing game. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
Send everybody deep. I know he wants to wait and stretch the field and use his arm. Trouble is, you wait too long, you end up on your back.
The sack defense has got to be feeling good. Here comes 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Getting out to his left. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Offense in the hurry up here. He's back to throw. He brings it in. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Raiders take a 4th quarter lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
The extra point wouldn't do much for him, so they're going to go for 2 and try to make this a field goal game.
The Raiders will line up.
From the gun, it's Murray. On the move, and he's into the end zone. So that turns out to be a very smart risk. They've got the lead in this 4th quarter. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10.
60 red. 60 red. Ready?
Gets it out wide quick, and oh, he might and throw this. Can't get the trick play away, though. They take him down before he can throw it.
86.
It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Dolphins trail by a field goal. Let's see what they dial up, partner. This is 2nd and long.
Let's go now. 45. White. Ready.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Looking slant round, complete. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12.
Set. Ready. Drill 50. Green. Hut.
Here he is to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that is the Dolphins' first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here we go. Here we go. Green Jack. Black shot. Set.
Back to throw. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
The 28-yard line.
They'll come up on 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. 33. Yellow. Set.
Achane gets this on the draw. He's got it in the red zone. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
Oh, they didn't see what that draw had coming until it's too late, Kate. When they saw the opening he's about to hit, well, let me repeat what they were saying down there, but I can promise you none of it was any good.
On the set.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal.
52 blue.
Trying to run it in. Achane. And he found some running room for a nice gain. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. Options are open here. This is 2nd and inches.
Let's go. Set.
Here he is to throw. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins jump in front late. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And he's going to elect not to bring this one out. So no run back this time. We'll pick things up from the 35. Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Cougar 19. Broncos.
We look to throw it. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Fix the eagle.
Setting up to pass. Hits his tight end on the corner out. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
And those are the completions they rely on for your passing game.
Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's 1st and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When he saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Hey, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Clock inside of 50 seconds now. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set.
They are throwing it again. He's got it inside the 25. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start the read from the secondary order. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were. And the QB just nailed it.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's in, and that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won them this game. Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. And he's in, so Al Brown missed a throwback you almost never see anymore. The fake extra point works and extends their lead by 2. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And it goes for a touchback, so time enough for 1, maybe 2 final plays here.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10.
50, green. Set, cut.
They're going to throw out of the gun. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 once again from the 20.
Come on, set, cut.
He's going to throw it. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd down run from H.A. He hits a wall, stumps at a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down. Officials signaling timeouts. We've got whistles, time left for 1 snap, and while we all know the odds are low, it's not impossible that they find a way to score. All right, down by 4. They got to have this one on 4th down.
Set, hey, green. Black 40. Ready?
They'll go. It's McCaffrey. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. Brock, I know you know this firsthand. All the way across the country. Feels like you're